Hi guys, my name is DaNova, and tomorrow morning Nintendo's E3 presentation is going live. So today I decided that I wanted to get a couple of my predictions out there for this event. This video is very unscripted. The most I have are a couple bullet points. So this is very unprofessional, but I just want to get my opinions out there before the big presentation tomorrow morning because this has been a presentation I have been looking forward to for a very long time. So I want to get two of the most anticipated things for this presentation out of the way real quick. Number one being probably the most expected thing from this event, Breath of the Wild 2. It has been 2 years since the trailer last shown at E3 2019, and I think it's time for this game to be shown, especially considering that it is Zelda's 35th anniversary. I'm not even going to try predicting what the name is of this game because there's no way to really predict that correctly, but I will say one of my most expected predictions for this game is that this game will not be coming out this year. I fully expect this game to be launching in 2022. I do think this will be the closer of the show, and I do think that we're going to see a trailer, then immediately go right into Nintendo Treehouse, showing off the game for the first time, gameplay-wise. Along with that, I kind of expect a new amiibo line for this, with Breath of the Wild 2 being added to the original Breath of the Wild line. We might get a reprint of the original Breath of the Wild series, along with a couple others, showing off a couple new characters that we don't know about yet. Plus, also, I kind of expect a new updated design for the Zelda amiibo. I do think that would be really cool. The next most expected thing for this event is probably a new Smash Fighter. I think most people do believe that we are getting the next Smash Fighter at this presentation. And to who I think it might be? Honestly, I have no idea. I feel like Fighter Pass 2 has been so incredibly unpredictable. Like, we got Sephiroth and Pyra last. So, I don't know. I don't really know who to expect. Like, if I had to guess one character, I'd probably say Crash because that's been who everyone's been predicting for the last year, I feel. But I don't know. It's hard to predict who the next Smash Fighter will be. And honestly, I've kind of given up on trying to predict because, like I said, just because Nintendo is so unpredictable with this. Plus also, trying to predict the character I feel like adds more disappointment to the table than anything. So that's honestly kind of just a big reason why I don't try to predict anymore. And also, I'm pretty satisfied with the roster at the moment, so if I had to say who I would want, I just want someone that people will be happy about, because even though Pyra and Mythra were incredibly exciting for someone like me, definitely was not the most exciting pick for most people. Same goes with Min Min and Byleth, just not the most exciting pick, so I just want someone that everyone could be happy over, kind of like Joker. That it was just such an unexpected pick that everyone was excited over it, plus he was just genuinely a really cool character. Or Banjo. I want another character like Banjo, that'd be awesome. Alright, so on to some more iffy parts of the presentation. I feel like Breath of the Wild and Smash are the only things that we can say are a pretty strong guarantee at this presentation. So I'm just gonna kind of go down the list of what's most likely to most unlikely. Next up would probably be Splatoon 3. We got this revealed back in the February presentation, and I don't know, I don't know how to expect this game, because since this game isn't coming out till next year, maybe they don't want to show it off yet, but it really just depends when they plan to release this game. So my prediction is that we will only see Splatoon 3 if this game is planned to launch early next year, maybe in that March or April area. Otherwise, if this game is planned to come out later, aka after E3 2022, I don't think we're going to see this game here today. I think Nintendo will hold off and wait to show off more of this game. Along with that, I do think we're going to get some small trailers on some games that we already know about. One being Mario & Rabbids. I think we'll have a very brief look at that game. Hopefully they won't do what they did in 2017, where they did like a 3-minute section talking about a game that we already knew a lot about because we saw it at Ubisoft show. And now that we know the new Mario & Rabbids is coming, I hope they don't do that again. So, but I do expect to see at least a brief mention of that game. Along with that, I do think we're going to see some very brief mentions of Mario Golf, Skyward Sword HD, and No More Heroes. I do feel like all these games we kind of already know enough about to the point that they just need to launch them. So I don't think we're going to hear a whole lot about these games. Maybe they'll announce like one very small thing for Mario Golf. Maybe they'll announce a small thing for Skyward Sword, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of them, but I do expect to see them at this presentation in some way. Another thing that I think we can pretty much expect is the Hyrule Warriors DLC for Age of Calamity. This new pack does come out in June, and we currently don't know a whole lot about it in general, so I don't think it's too unexpected to see a bit more information on both the DLC for Pack 1 and Pack 2 for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Next, I'm going to kind of jump the boat here and go for something that is kind of unlikely. Well, actually, never mind, it is very, very unlikely. But I think this is the first year that I will say that we can expect Metroid Prime 4 at E3. When it was first shown in 2017, the game had just started production, so I didn't expect to see it at 2018. Then in 2019, they restarted development, and then 2020, we had nothing. We had no E3, no presentations, no nothing. So, I think with Nintendo Direct's back, and this being a big E3, I think it's finally time for Metroid Prime 4 to make a big return. A big return as in confirming that the game still exists. It's hard to say what I really expect from Metroid Prime 4. I kind of feel like the most we're going to get is a CGI trailer and saying expect more next year on the game. I don't expect any gameplay of this game. I don't expect anything like that. But I do think it is realistic enough to say that enough time has passed that Nintendo kind of has to give us an update on Metroid Prime 4, because the game was revealed in the launch year of the Nintendo Switch, and now it's been 4 years. Yeah, I think we need to see something on this game pretty soon. And since we're talking about Metroid Prime 4, I'll mention the other game that we haven't seen since launch year, Bayonetta 3. I don't think we're going to be seeing Bayonetta 3 here this year, unfortunately. My main reason on that is because I feel like Platinum is putting their full focus into Babylon's Fall this year. So I don't really feel like they are going to want to focus on 2 different games at the same time, kind of like what they did with Astral Chain. So, I don't know. I don't really feel like Bayonetta 3 is going to be shown this year. I feel like that is going to happen probably next year. Now we're on to some of our bigger predictions. There's been big talks about wants for a Mario Kart 9, because it has been a really long time since we got Mario Kart 8. It's been about 7 years now. Funny enough, I was still in elementary school when that game came out, and now I am a graduated high school student. Yeah, I feel like it's been a long time since Mario Kart 8 has come out. So, do I think it's time for Mario Kart 9? Yeah, I feel like the time is ready. Do I think Nintendo's ready is another question. I don't think we are going to be seeing this game at this presentation, unfortunately. But I feel like Nintendo knows that we want new Mario Kart tracks. And that was the biggest thing with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that kind of sucked, that we barely got any new content. We got a new battle mode, but I don't play Mario Kart for battle mode. I don't play that mode ever. I want to do races. And we have just had the same tracks since the DLC pack released in 2015, I think, for Mario Kart 8, the last one with Animal Crossing. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing Mario Kart 9, but I could see them announcing a DLC pack for Mario Kart 8, just because of how well Mario Kart 8 has been selling. Next, I want to talk about the Monolith Soft rumors. I want to say we could see a Monolith title at this presentation. I will say, though, if we do see Monolith at this presentation, it will be a very, very teaser-like trailer. We're not going to see any gameplay. It'll just be pretty much them announcing what their next project is, no matter if that's Xenoblade 3 or their new IP or whatever. And I do feel like the time is right as well, because with how Monolith has been expanding, I would assume that the Xenoblade 1 remaster was done by a smaller team at Monolith, and maybe have their main team working on the main game, that their new big title. No matter if that's Xenoblade 3 or their new project, I do think we could see it here. But like I said, I don't expect any kind of gameplay. I just expect a very teaser, yes, we are making a new game type of announcement. We are going into my final 2 predictions for this event. Next, I would want to talk about a new Kirby game. I feel like their next Kirby game is going to be a huge one. I feel like most of Nintendo knows that a lot of people were disappointed with Star Allies, as it was just really plain and basic. It introduced nothing for the franchise. So I feel like this would be the time that we could see a new Kirby game. However, I do feel like something will be very different about this one. Maybe it'll have something to do with 3D elements. That's what I would hope. I would love to see a 3D platforming Kirby. We have never seen that before. But, I don't know, something in my guts is telling me this is also time for a new Kirby. Last but not least, I do think we are going to be seeing that Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary blowout at this event. Before, I was kinda about this happening, but I went back and saw what Nintendo did for Zelda's 25th anniversary. They did a lot more than I remembered. They did a whole symphony at the start of it. They announced a couple small games. They talked about their upcoming Zelda games being Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. So, seeing how much they blew out that event, I'm kind of more optimistic to see them do something similar with Zelda's 35th. I do feel like we're going to see a Zelda's Special Edition Switch. No matter if that's focused on Breath of the Wild 2 or if that's focused on one of the past titles coming to the Switch. And speaking of, I do think the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess rumors are real. There's been a lot of talk about Ocarina of Time also being part of that collection. But something in my gut's telling me that's not the case, and I feel like Nintendo is gonna make that just a 2-pack with just Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on one card. And they will be the Wii U versions as well. I feel like that goes without saying, because those, one, would be the easiest to port, and 2, they're just the versions that everyone wants. But yes, I do think that rumor is true. I don't know when that would be coming out, but I feel like that would be a great thing to announce if Breath of the Wild 2 does get delayed to next year. I think this would be a great game to release around that September-October area, just to kind of have people hold off on Breath of the Wild and not be too upset. Especially considering that Skyward Sword is far from everyone's favorite Zelda game. I feel like a collection of already released Zelda remasters would be a great way to lighten the blow a bit if Breath of the Wild 2 does get pushed next year, like I believe. But that is everything I had to say about Nintendo at E3. We're going to have everything unveiled tomorrow morning, and my final prediction is that everything I want doesn't happen, because that's the Nintendo way. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.